to wherever I want. And you see, I go with the wind, the places I've been, I keep them within. Holding on to a feeling so strong.
Hey y'all, how's it going tonight? Well, what do we usually say? Kitchen's open. It is cold. That's what it is. The kitchen is cold tonight. If you haven't said hi before, go ahead and do that over here, down here in the chat. We would love, all of us would love to give you a warm welcome to Silver Lining Homeplace. And those folks over in there, those are the people I call when I want to have a good time in the kitchen. So, let's see who's here. Hey, Paul, with your own place setting. And Ms. Gretchen. Keely. Tori. Hey, all right. That's good. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for coming. I just caught myself with my pants down because I was supposed to pull out some club soda. I didn't, and I'm not quite sure where it is. So we're going to wing it on that. So tonight is about warming up and doing so fast and easy. So I'm going to make some tomato soup using stuff that's out of the freezer. And I'll probably toss in a handful of rice just to give it a little body. And then who doesn't like a grilled cheese sandwich, right? So we'll do all of that. But first, let's make a cocktail. Tonight we're making the, well, let me tell you. It's a little sweet. It's a little sour, not to mention salty, and a touch bitter. And we are not talking about me. It's the Paloma, ladies and gentlemen. So let's get going on. Here is your cocktail. I am going to let you look at that for a second while I look one place for some club soda. I think we need to start hitting the calendar when we find an ingredient I thought she had and didn't. Yeah, wow. Oh, imagine that. All right. This is not club soda, but it's going to have to work. We're going to do... Oh, I don't know about all this, lady. These lashes, yeah. Do we have to be concerned with camera angles? I don't understand. Talk to me. All right, so you know what I do first. I get a glass and some ice. And how about that alcohol? Let's go up high. Do we have any to Paloma drinkers in the house tonight? Am I it? Anyone? Yes, if I lost my pants, it could be a problem with camera angles. However, I think these lashes would just dazzle everyone else, so it wouldn't matter too much. Let's get this glass rimmed. Got a little bit of grapefruit juice in here. And now we're going to make it salty, because who doesn't like a salty rim? Just saying. Oh, come on out of there. Fussy tonight. Should have. Actually, this is a better glass to do anyhow. Sorry, folks, but I like it really cold, so that's where we're starting. Get these guys out of the way. Excuse me one moment, please. There was someone standing in my driveway. I don't like that. All good now. All right, back to back where we are. Let's see here. We are gonna do some lime juice next. And we need a knife for that. Choke up. Wrap your fingers around it like you mean it. You know, I'm going to start using that squeezer that I have. After this lime, it's only lemons that go this way, I've decided. I hear we're supposed to get more snow. This is all very strange for us because we just don't get snow. But we're getting it. Grapefruit. Tequila. A little bit of honey. Honey syrup. It's supposed to be agave, but I don't have any, so wow, it's 2 in 1 meal. We're just hitting it tonight, aren't we all, ladies and gentlemen? All right. All right, there's our Paloma. I'm going to try this. Yeah, sweet, sour, salty, bitter, all the things. I love it. Cool. All right. So I grow tomatoes. They didn't grow that well this year, but a friend of mine had a really, really good year, and she had me pick up a bunch of her tomatoes, and I processed them there for her and got to keep some. So I have a whole bunch of tomato sauce packets in the freezer, and I thought today would be a good day to just turn some of that into soup with a little bit of rice. I try to keep it pretty bland when I put it in the freezer because I don't know what I'm going to use it for. Tonight I'm feeling like I need some bacon, so I'm going to start with chopping up some bacon here. Paul, I hope everything's okay in your building. So bacon. I'm going to cut up these tomatoes. I'm going to add them because I'm sick and tired of seeing them on my counter. Come on, money shot. There we go. Yeah, while I'm waiting for the bacon, I might as well cut these up and just throw them in because, like I said, tired of seeing them on my counter. And that's a great thing about homegrown tomatoes, especially. They seem to last a really long time because I grabbed these from her, I think, in October, and guess who needs to sharpen her knives? I'll be lucky to get out of here without an orange squirt all over my shirt. These are Sun Gold cherry tomatoes, by the way. When I left her house the first time that I got the load of tomatoes, the entire back half of the SUV was chock full. I think I had 6 boxes of tomatoes. Tori, these are the ones I got from Karen. Let's go, come on. Once those Once that bacon's going a little better, I will, yeah. Let's see what you guys are talking about. Scary, huh? Man, I don't have anything to say good about this. Hey Phil, how's it going? Yeah, Tori. I could toss them in whole, but I want this to be really quick, so this will break down faster. Plus, you don't want a hot bite of tomato juice releasing from. No, cut them in half. Just cut them in half and drink while you're at it. Sorry, let's check that bacon. I think this stuff is leaner than the last stuff that I got from these guys. So note to self, add a little bit of oil if you are trying to do anything that makes sense. So let's do that. I want that to go just a little longer. Now normally I would do some onions in there as well, but because I want this to be a really tomatoey soup, I'm gonna try not to cut back on that flavor. And I think adding this particular type of tomato is probably gonna make it a little sweeter, which will even it out a little bit with the bacon. I might come up with something to cut that a little bit. No, I'm not putting garlic salt on it, but thank you for asking. Hi, it's good to see you. Garlic salt's a good idea if I wanted it salty. I don't want to add any more salt to it because we're going to have the sandwich, and that's going to be plenty salty. So let's see how that, whoa, let's go crazy with the buttons. That's what we're going to do. All right, that's looking pretty good enough. I was hoping to be able to just pour it off, but that's okay. Let's get these guys in here. And then while that's doing its thing for a little minute, I'm gonna go get some rice. Get that in there. Basmati. And I don't know. I have reasonably sized women's hands, so kind of a handful. Maybe, yeah, I think that's plenty. That in there. And just let them start going here. You know what it is, Phil? I think garlic got me thinking about another angle, so thank you for that. I'm going to do a little bit of that paprika that I made. So, he owes you a drink, but at least you get to join us, which is nice. And make him give you a drink. Yes, yes. Let's put this away. All right, that's going. I am gonna fetch the actual sauce, and ooh, I forgot to take the stock. It's gonna be okay. It's fine. Let's go there. Yeah, that'll work. And Where's my sauce? Right, her. And here. So, tomato sauce, chicken stock. Yes, I did cheat a little bit. I pulled both of them out early because I didn't want you guys to be waiting on that to happen. So, homemade chicken stock. Come on, money shot. Homemade chicken stock and homemade tomato sauce. So let's go ahead and just cut this open and get it in the pan. And why don't we stand up a little like you mean it? There we go. It's just gonna creep its way down. You watch and see. All right, that was easy, relatively painless. And I'm gonna hold off on this just a second. I wanna see how wet that is before I go off adding another liquid. So let's drink. What's everybody doing? Girl, I am so sorry. Not sorry. All right, this can take some liquid, so we'll go ahead and put some in. And the mistake I made here is that it's frozen somewhat, so it's going to be pretty cold. That's okay though, we'll survive. All right, so that's going, and now we have like 10 minutes to kill. So, boil, boil, boil. These two dogs have been complete and utter snails. They're just little slugs laying around right now. I don't think they've moved in a long time. Okay, technical question. How am I switching all these camera angles? Well, I have two very, very well-trained Stream Decks. That's how. I caught some of Mac Voices, Patrice. That was entertaining. I enjoyed that quite a bit. You know, I'm a Miss A fan, but that's just me. But I do understand all the things and all the reasonings that most people are not. So I can respect that. All right, let's talk about some of the other rando things Dina does throughout the year. And I think I might try this unless we get a vote from y'all saying, no, don't do that. This is chive butter. It's actually chive blossom butter. So when the chives bloom in the spring, it's early summer, I guess, they have these purple blossoms. And so I take the blossoms, cut up a few chives, and then I mix it with homemade butter. And then I put it into a nice roll. And I'm thinking that it might be good on the outside of the grilled cheese. Yes, there's a high chance that the little petals are going to burn, but I think we're going to get a nice flavor off of it. So let's try it. But let me show you. Let me show you. And that was not glitching. That was just me being me. So I made this in the hopes that I'd be going somewhere, you know, where people were having food together, which is why it's portioned so largely. Let me get a plate. I'm gonna get this back in the freezer. So you can see the petals on the outside, chives on the outside, and then just plain, oh, well, no, it's inside too. That's right. I mixed in a little bit, and then I rolled it in the petals to make it prettier. Because, you know, in June, what else did I have to go do? I can't make that one go away if somebody hasn't already gotten it. All right, so let me just get this off here and see if I can make it pretty. Nope, cannot. It's too soft now. But I think it'll be really good on the sandwiches. So I'm gonna check that rice and soup. We still got a little few more minutes. And I'm not gonna start the sandwich too early because we know what would happen. I'd eat it. So one of these days, I'm going to get lids that fit all my pans. Sometimes life hands you circumstances that take your cooking gear away from you. And I have not been willing to spend the money to get any back. So this has been fun. Really upping my game with limping along pots and pans. You know, it drives me insane. I've got this friend. So I show her a picture and she's like, you know, it's a nice picture because I can do that sometimes. And she's like, oh man, you must have a really nice camera. Boot your butt, man. It's you wouldn't say to a chef, wow, you have really nice pots and pans. You must have really nice pots and pans because that tastes good. So I've never understood that logic, the way she says that, but you know, she's a friend, you gotta love her anyhow. So I'm drinking. This is really good. Really, really good. I highly recommend this. All right. Yeah, I'm sure you get that too, Gretchen. Probably more so than I do because you take nicer photos than I do. But, yeah, I'm sure you get that. Because, you know, that's all it takes, right? To be good at this. Anything is just have the right tool. Not. We got to work hard at what we do sometimes. All right, we are just a few minutes out, folks. This is smelling a little tangier than I'd like. So I'm going to put a little bit of cream in at the end. Let's get some of that paprika. You know, this is just the crowd that I can show this to. There are very few people in this world that would get this, or at least be as entertained about it. Maybe you won't be, I don't know, we'll find out. So when I put this in the jar, I noticed it was getting all clumped up. And it was the same week that I got my Rode Wireless Go. So I put the desiccant pack in here. So it makes me think of my mics every time I pull this out. Yes, it's just the camera. It is just the camera. Y'all getting a steam bath there? All right, let's turn that down. Let that rice do its thing. Let's put this back. How about we butter some bread? Because that's exciting. Who's the heelies? I just don't like to touch the heel because I leave it there so the rest of it doesn't dry out. Am I the only weirdo on the face of the earth that does this? Because my cousin came over for a weekend. First thing she did was ate the heel. I'm like, oh, hold up, hold up, hold up. Now the bread's going to dry out. Thank you, Tori. Butter knife. All right, we're going for it with the chive butter. Do you eat the heel first, though, Tori, or do you save it to let it do its job? I did mention it's cold in here, right? Because this is kind of tearing the bread apart. Yes, eating the heel screws up the bread. Thank you, Paul. You gotta wait. You can eat it, but you gotta wait. Is that right? Did I do that right? Yeah, okay. Eat the heel first. No. Oh, Patrice, our love affair may have just ended. I cannot eat the heel first. It protects the rest of it. Well, there's that. But even so, when I make bread, I cannot, I just cannot. All right. This looks like way too much butter, y'all. And yes, I did say that. Mark that one down. Okay, here's one. Crunchy or creamy peanut butter? The bag seal does, but I mean, and that's the critical step. Absolutely. You're absolutely correct in my mind. However, the heel is the first line of defense in case the seal fails. Is anyone with me on this? Crunchy. Okay, we're back. We're back. I'm a crunchy girl myself, but we kind of knew that. Because there's not a lot of smooth going on around here. Well, I guess that's not true. Anyhow, all right, this is done. Let's check that soup. Let's not just check it with our hands unprotected, though. Oh, hi. Okay, look at those guys. They look like eyeballs floating in my soup. That's those halves that I should have broken down more, but it's all about let's get this done fast. So I'm gonna pull this out and see if the rice is done. A couple minutes. Let's I was gonna add the cream, but I don't want to do that until that rice is had a little bit more time to cook. There it is. So I am cooking on Friday, my last Vlogmas entry, black-eyed peas, because I usually do that on New Year's Day. That's what my grandmother used to do. But I'm going to do that just so it'll be ready in the morning, and then I won't have to do anything related to cooking on the 1st, which is a little unbelievable, a little exciting, and yeah, I really kind of want to take a break from cooking because I've been cooking a lot this month. Let's see. Okay, creamy. Why does this surprise me, Tori? And not a peanut butter fan. I'm confused, so I'm moving on. Oh, a never-ending fight. Yeah. The last, yeah. My ex was all about the smooth, and it was exhausting. And I know it's not a great argument, but it's the one I had. If you don't like crunchy, that's fine. You can finish it grinding it as much as you want, but if we bring creamy in the house, we can never get it back my way. So, I think I stopped eating peanut butter for a long time because I never won that argument. But I do prefer it for some things when I'm cooking. So, do I keep it in the house? No. I buy a special amount of it if I need it. All right. Here's the deal. It's a cooking show. We all know how this works. Sometimes the food isn't cooked as well as you'd like. So we're going to start these. I'm pretty sure that rice will be done by the time we're done. So let's do that. I was going to get some Gouda, but I think the cheddar is fine. Let's swap these guys so we can see what's happening. Let that come to heat while I check on the soup again. And I think it's a good time to go ahead and add that cream. I love whipping cream. Again, this is something that's a little sweet, so it's going to add sweet to the profile, which is a good reason to not use the Gouda, because that smoked flavor in the Gouda would get enhanced. So yeah. Clearly, you've not lived with this argument. I tried that. I tried. Principal Walker, it is good to see you here. Thanks for joining us. We're making tomato soup with some rice in it, and we've got chive butter on our grilled cheese sandwich. I don't know how Kenny would feel about that, but we're putting chive butter on the grilled cheese sandwiches. Let me put this away. Not hot enough yet. All right. Let's see what you guys are talking about. Yes, exactly. Exactly. For some reason, it's not allowed. I don't know who wrote that rule, but it's not allowed. Let's do this. And I know we're running a risk of burning those chive petals, but you know, live dangerously. I'm going to let that cook for a minute before I put anything on it. It might be warm enough over here to do the melty. Okay, Paul, see, that's okay. They're two different animals. The peanut butter and the almond butter are two different animals. That was allowed. I never won the argument of just get one for you and get one for me. So that's why we singletons are lucky, and we can have as many jars of whatever that we want. What kind of jelly, Miss Thang? Because I'm a strawberry girl when it comes to my PB&J. I will go out on a limb and eat grape, you know, like the really cheap Welch's grape. I don't want a bunch of pieces of grape in it because that's not grape jelly. That's just raisin jam. It's just not right. Patrice, I know you know the answer for this, but, well, actually, I know you know this. I'm not going to ask a question. I'm going to make it a statement. Peanut butter and jelly is one of Doc Rock's favorite foods. And there you have it, folks. Let me put a lid on this sandwich, maybe. See how we're doing. Yeah, a lid is good. Or not, because, you know, previous discussion about Dina and lids. There we go. I got these for my birthday from my bestie last year. They're silicone lids, and they're fantastic. So. Now, the reason I don't like doing that is I don't want it to get all steamy up in there, but I also want it to melt the cheese. So it's kind of a fine balance. Yeah, she's up to something, I'm sure. There's too much happening in raspberry. Way too much happening in raspberry for me. Getting close, ladies and gentlemen. Getting close. The rice is done. Oh, and you can taste that bacon in there. This is gonna be good. I know what I want. I made some croutons last month, so yeah, I'll have these. It's got to be the cheap Welch's grape. I mean, it doesn't have to be Welch's, I suppose, but it can't be, you know, the fancy stuff. It's got to be jelly, the traditional clear, you know, nothing in it jelly, not a jam. You'll enjoy the grape though, my friend. I think you will like it. It's good. You know, I also like that. This is so sad. I like grape jelly on my any kind of McMuffin, anything like that. A breakfast sandwich requires grape jelly, especially if it has sausage, the sausage patty on it. I don't know why. So whether or not these are done, I'm going to go ahead and mate them up and then get a little bit more heat on it since I see it's not heating evenly. Check the other side. Yeah, the edges are not getting done, so I'll get a little more heat around here on each side. And we're going to call this a day just about. I'm going to serve up some of this soup now because it's going to be hot. Oh yeah, it's boiling. Oh, you know what we need? A little bit of parm from last night. We also need to check this sandwich. Oh yeah, looking good, looking good. What do you guys think? Yep. All right, I'm gonna get some cheese. Did you hear cheese? Cashered cheese. Boy, this camera is slow today. There we go. All right, so with the soup, I cannot get post. There we go. I'm going to add a little bit of ground pepper, mostly just to give it a little bit of interesting color. Dina's favorite salt, Malden. Oh, dude, you're ahead of me. That's what I'm doing next. Tori, not a fan of the grape, eh? Oh, crepes, gosh, it's been a long time. Oh, there's a place though in Seattle. Oh, I gotta tell you guys about this. I've got a couple friends that I can melt by just saying this. It's not a crepe, but invariably somebody gets crepes when I'm at this restaurant. So I associate this dish with crepes. It's a Belgian waffle with basil, bacon, brie, and the real deal maple syrup. Fucking God, it's good. It is so good. All right, a little bit of croutons on here. And let's get that sandwich cut. Hey, that's perfect. And there's our dinner, folks. So we've got the tomato soup with rice and some grilled cheese sandwich. Let me get a spoon, give it a shot, and let you go home for the night. I think I shall meet you in Paris sometime then. That paprika is definitely in there. Hello. Wow. Let's see how these chives did. That's a win. Now I have a reason to make chive butter all the time. Nice touch. All right, folks. Any questions? Any hopes, desires? I don't have anything planned for tomorrow night, so if anybody wants to see something specific, learn something, let me know. Besides crepes, because I'm not going to do that tomorrow night. Just saying. All right, folks. Scrolling down, see if there's anything else. All right, thanks for joining me. I'll see you tomorrow night. We're running out of our Vlogmas time together, which is kind of good because I'm exhausted. I'm sure you're tired of seeing my face every night, but I so appreciate y'all coming. This has been a blast. Oh, damn you. Maybe I will make crepes tomorrow night. Because, you know, it's not just making the crepes. You got to know what to put in the crepes. So, we might talk, my friend. I will see you. Take care. Be safe. Stay warm.